Alright guys, so a while back I kind of did a video like this where I was talking about my top 10 favorite guest stars I'd like to see in Steven Universe. I had to take the video down because of reasons, but yeah, I decided to bring it back, but instead of doing a top 10 list, I decided to do a full-on, guest stars I would really like to see come on the show and just lend their voices or even be a recurring character. So, yeah, these are just a few actors and voice actors and musical guests, or even just their music in general in here. So let's get started. So basically, the first person I'd really like to see in here, like first and foremost, I think would be great to see in Steven Universe is Neil Patrick Harris. I would love to see Neil Patrick Harris in Steven Universe. He's done voice acting. He's a great singer. He's worked actually with Dee Dee Magno Hall, the voice of Pearl, in a few Broadway plays, and yeah, I'd really like to see. I think he would play a really good character. I think it would be cool if he's not really. I wouldn't say, because we're probably not going to get male gems. They're all going to be female class, even though the whole argument of gems don't have gender, even though they refer to themselves as she. But we'll get into that another time. So yeah, I kind of see what kind of character Neil NPH would play is how I imagine his character is something along the lines of maybe he's a wanderer. He's traveled around, and he's actually encountered the gems before when he was younger, and he's kind of like Ronaldo in a way, but he's a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for, competent. He's a lot more competent, and he's just kind of looking for them again, because I want to have it, the idea in my little head of how I kind of imagine his character is that he met the gems as a child, and they saved him. They saved him when he was still a kid, and before Steven was born. This would be with Rose and all them, and he wants to go, and he's on this quest to find the gems just to say thank you. And he comes to Beach City, and he really wants to say thank you to Rose, because Rose is the one who saved him from this, I wouldn't say like a gem maybe like a corrupted gem, or he was pulled out of a burning building. But yeah, he wants to find Rose and say thank you to her, but she's passed on, and he wants to make it up to Steven, so he just plays around with Steven. So I kind of imagine that, like a slice of life type story with Neil Patrick Harris. And the other way of how I'd get him singing in here is that when he was a kid, he was after the whole crisis with the corrupted gem or whatever they got him out of it. He basically was having a panic attack, and Rose sang to him to calm him down. This kind of inspired Neil Patrick Harris's character to become a singer, and now he's out looking for Rose to thank him, because now he's a big actor now. He's doing all these shows. He's doing all of that now. So yeah, Neil Patrick Harris. There you go. Next person I would like to see on Steven Universe, and this one actually, my good friend the Real Manos, fellow Steven Universe fan, also really wants to see in here as well, is none other than Kristen Schaal. Most of you guys would know best as the voice of Mabel. Yeah, I want to see her as a gem. I don't just this fun, just crazy out there gem who just wants to have fun, and maybe just have her a little bit homicidal. Maybe you can have her as a homicidal villain gem, working for Homeworld, or a personal assassin for one of the diamonds, something like that. Following that is more to bring in this guest star, but not really have her as a voice, but more using her music, and that is Yoko Kanno. Most of you guys would know Yoko Kanno best for doing, the music for such animes as Cowboy Bebop and a majority of the Ghost in the Shell animes. Very great composer. So I'd really like just to see, not her guest star, but her be the person who does the music for the episode. I want to see her, Yoko Kanno's take on Steven Universe type music. I really want to see her bring her level of music to an episode of Steven Universe, and I would love to see how epic that would be. In terms of other person, I'd like to see both bring their music and their voice is Lindsey Stirling. Lindsey Stirling, great violinist here on YouTube, and she's gotten a lot of popularity. And I think it would be great to see her both get a voice, have a speaking role, even though she doesn't really sing. I'd like to have a speaking role, as well as have her compose some of the be a guest composer for the episode that she's in, because obviously she's a great violinist. So just have her in the episode doing some of the violin in here, and mixed with, God, why am I forgetting the composer of the show's name? I'm forgetting his name, but mixing that violin with his digital kind of soundtrack, I think would be just amazing. So, following further is this one I think a lot of people would have a lot of fun in here as well, and that would be Amy Lee. Amy Lee from Evanescence. Again, she's a great singer, and I would love to see her as maybe a gem that's based off of onyx or obsidian, just in here, just floats in and has this haunting song to her. I would really like to see her, especially do a duet with someone especially Dee Dee Magno Hall, who has kind of that haunting but still very upbeat kind of tone to her voice. So her and her character and Pearl doing a duet would be awesome. Yeah, so Amy Lee, I think, would be great to see her in Steven Universe. Following that is this one's going to be a little more different. This one's a few of these next ones are going to be a little different and off the beaten path, but bear with me. Following that is Rob Halford, the lead singer of Judas Priest. Now, hear me out of what if I could put Rob Halford in Steven Universe. The idea I have is that he's Greg and Steven's fusion. Obviously, Steven can merge with humans instead of gems, and he basically, I'd have it set up the episode that Greg wants to, do a solo act, but everyone thinks he's too old. No one likes his singing, so he thinks, hey, maybe I can connect with the young people if I can just sing better. And of course, Steven doesn't believe that, but Greg believes that maybe, Greg says, well, I'm a little run down anyway, but it would be Steven who thinks this. Steven wants to try fusion with his father, and they fuse, and boom, Rob Halford voices the character. And they do this just incredibly, just 80s metal style song that would just be completely goddamn epic. So, anyway, following that is another musician, and that would be Lzzy Hale. I think she would play I kind of imagine her gem as something like fiery and ferocious, like something like maybe it could be Pyrite or something. That's how I kind of imagine it, that she can just be this, just have this power. Lzzy has such a powerful voice behind her. If you ever listen to the band Hailstorm, she's got such a just brutal voice to her. So I kind of imagine her playing this kind of bombastic kind of gem. So, yeah, something like that. Following that is Grey DeLisle, or Grey Griffin as she's now known. Now that she's Grey DeLisle Griffin, pick your poison. Very good voice actress. Most of you guys would know her best as Azula or Mandy from Grim Adventures, and pretty much a majority of other shows that I could go on. But we mostly know her as Azula. She is also a great singer, and also has her own band. And again, she's done backup. If I remember right, she's done additional voices for Steven Universe to begin with. So I'd really like to see her just come on the show and be a recurring character. Not so much a guest voice, but a recurring character. And yeah, I think she would be really awesome and I'm hoping I hope this can be true, is that I think Grey would make an awesome Yellow Diamond, or one of the diamonds, because we're all kind of getting the sense that the diamonds are, especially Yellow Diamond, is probably something like the likes of Frieza or Azula, these cold and calculating, yet still arrogant type characters. And I feel let's get Grey DeLisle, and she'll probably do some pretty cool voice singing as well. To point you in the right direction of her singing, go watch the Batman Brave and the Bold episode, with the Music Meister in it. Also has Neil Patrick Harris, and she voices Black Canary, and she does a lot of songs, and they're all pretty freaking awesome. She also did one in Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated where she sang with the Hex Girls. That's also pretty awesome. There was also apparently, just sidetrack, there was a little rumor that when Amy Lee and the original band split off, and before they got that became We Are the Fallen. Before they got Carly Smithson, they actually went to the band that would be known as We Are the Fallen. Actually, apparently they went to Grey first, and they wanted her to be the singer, but Grey said no because she felt like she was a little too old for that. So, yeah. I thought her singing, I thought that would be pretty cool, because I'd really like to see her take on an Evanescence song, even though they weren't Evanescence, I know, but that's beside the point. But yeah, Grey Delisle, I think, would be totally awesome in Steven Universe. She's probably also the most logical out of all of them to most likely get in the show, not only just a guest star, but to be a recurring character. That's what I'm kind of thinking here. Anyway, so trying to think of who else I really wanted to be in here. Like there were so many. There were so damn many, but now it's kind of slipping away from my head, from my mind. But anyway, so you guys tell me, what guest stars would you like to see come on to Steven Universe? Who do you want to see guest star in Steven Universe as a one-off role or a recurring character? Really want to know what you guys think of this. Really curious. And once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.